Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, we are looking at the Lowe. So this is the my Lowe. I've got a banding there, so it's all going pretty nicely. And I believe I've got a mastery with this already. So what I'll show you a mastery game. Before that, I want to look at the changes with the new Liberté tank, which has just come out on the EU server. I'll be linking through to the review at the end of this Lowe review on the Liberté tank. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at that. So, see on the gun, it's got Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, which means freedom, equality, and brotherhood. So the French symbol of the clock there, and then you can see the original paint job underneath, which is very, very neat. So that's the original green, which you've got in the rest of the AMX M449L review. So this is the change. I slightly prefer the original standard paint job without this red, white, and blue. But this red, white, and blue is actually still quite cool, especially with the paint on the gun. So that's a quick look at the tank. So let's carry on. Right, today we're looking at the Lowe, the old favourite Tier 8 German premium heavy tank. Now, is it worth the amount that we're charging for it? So in Europe, it's £39.69 or €43.95. In America, it's actually £44.65 or $54.79. So from $44.65 down to $39.69. So you're saving about £5 by buying it in Europe in comparison to buying it in America, which I find very, very interesting. So without further ado, let's get into a review and gameplay of this tank. So let's get in and do a quick comparison. So really, you've got to compare it to the T-34, another premium and known to be a great tank. So now, first thing you notice is all of this green. And, well, anything in that situation that's good enough to be this much better than the T-34, you've got to at least take a look at. So let's have a look. DPM is identical. Alpha is down 320 a shot instead of 400. So that's one thing. The T-34 can roll up, take a shot, pull back into cover. Penetrative ability with standard 234, which is very nice. With premium, you can bump it up to 294. But you don't regularly need to because the gun is very, very good. The reload time, 11.5. Nice. Rate of fire, yep. Every 5.2 seconds. Aim time, very, very good. So the T-34 has got to roll up, aim, wait for it to settle, fire. This, boom, 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 can just aim like that. Gun dispersion, 0.32 as well. Accuracy, in comparison to the T-34, is 0.2 better. May not seem like a lot, but with the combination of the aim time and the accuracy, this is one heck of a good gun platform. On the move, it's very much better. 0.2 instead of 0.32. Traversing, you've seen the pattern. Very, very accurate machine. And caliber, 105 in comparison to the 120mm for the T-34. So you've got the more chance of overmatching with the bigger gun on the T-34, but the Lowe can just do it with accuracy. Pinpoint accuracy, aim where you need to hit, and penetrate the weak spots. Ammo capacity, 80 rounds in comparison to 34. Now that, in a protracted battle, the Lowe will just be able to rip its opponents to pieces because you've got the ammo to do it, whereas the T-34 would run out. Top speed, identical, very nice. Reversing, 3 better, so 15 kmh instead of 12, very, very nice. Power to weight ratio, this is the bugbear of the Lowe. Just under 9 horsepower per ton, which is rubbish, absolutely rubbish. Oh goodness, it's making me feel bad, you know. So traversing, better than T-34. Terrain resistance, much better in all aspects than the T-34, but the thing that lets it down is the power to weight ratio. So you've got to do something with that, or be in the right place at the right time to take advantage, and that's where this loses out. The lack of horsepower per ton. So if you can do something about the horsepower per ton, then you can turn this into more of a beast on the battlefield. Otherwise, the T-34 will run rings around you in every other aspect, well, in every aspect apart from mobility, the Lowe is a better tank. But the mobility let it down, and you've got to be able to get into the right place and use terrain, which the Lowe itself doesn't allow you to do, unless you're a really good player, or you've got all the enhancements, everything's set up, and we'll have a look at that later. Gun elevation. 38 degrees instead of 15. Very, very good. Gun depression, not so good. Only 8. Well, 8 is still good. 10 is better. So the T-34 wins. It's got to be good at something, you know? Gun traverse, 21.8 instead of 26. The T-34 turns much faster. Turret traverse, it's better on the Lowe. So the Lowe, with its smaller gun, can actually turn around and face other targets and deal with threats more quickly than the T-34, which is very nice, and more shots, so it can deal with smaller targets, whereas the T-34 is for heavily armoured, boom, in your face, pull back, wait, fire again. The Lowe, you've got more shots, and you can fire every 5 seconds, 2.74 seconds between shots in comparison to 3.26. That additional half a second may not seem like a lot, but people know when they rush, they wait for the T-34 to fire, then they rush you. Whereas you haven't got the same situation with the Lowe. Let's have a look. Armour, very, very nice. We'll have a look at the armour profile in a minute. The turret says it's only 120mm, but the turret is one of the strong points on this. They've both got fantastic turrets, so that's another good reason to compare them. Track armour, it's twice as wide, so it can help to eat shots, which we'll have a look in a minute. Health, 1650 instead of 1500, so that's good. The tracks, ammo rack, everything is tougher on the Lowe, which is very, very nice. View range, 400 metres. It's a view range beast. The T-34's got 360. The 400 metres of this, whoa, plus you can buff it. Oh, yes. So, radio range, 740. Comparison to 770, there's really no difference. You can contact anyone. You can contact the moon almost, you know. Chance of fire, identical. Camo, 1.91%. It's big. You're not going to be able to hide it. So let's have a look at the 3D model. This is the Lowe. So you want to be aiming over the slit there to give you the best armour possible. So imagine it's aiming at you, you're trying to fire. This area, which you think is going to be a weak spot, 235mm. Going down, 300 odd mil. It's bouncing. The front plate, oh yeah, I'll get through that. 236, it's even stronger. What? If you fire over this point, this will give you the strongest armour. And he's thinking, oh, I'll take his tracks off. Well, he fires at the tracks, because that extra 20mm of effective armour, yes, it'll take your tracks off, but it's going to absorb it. 199mm plus all the rest of it, it's absorbing every bit of your shot. And here there's a slight weak spot, which even at this angle, you're going to ricochet with this fantastic gun. So basically, there's nothing getting through here. You think, okay, well, I'll aim weak spot. Nope, not a weak spot. Low plate, that's going to be weak. There's a small area here which you can potentially hit, but it's a very small target. If you miss this target, you've hit the lower plate. Still 145mm. So, yep, if you can see it, if he's stupid enough to show you this is where you want to be shooting. Not here, not up here. This lower plate. It's the same thickness of armour, but because of the angling and the way it's facing towards you, if he's stupid enough to show you, this is where you shoot him all day. But look at that weak 120mm turret. Let's just shoot him there. Yeah, look at the gun mantlet. Right the way round. Do you see that 500mm come up? This is why I say compare it to the T-34. The turret on this is just so strong. The cheeks, you may get a shot in an overmatching. There's a small area here which can band shots, but you can also potentially get a cheek shot. So around about here, there's a small weak area which you can get in. The same on the other side. The rest of it, it's bounce city. And if he's wiggling the turret, you're not going to be able to aim. It's going to be like Can I, can't I? It's very iffy. If you can do it, flank him, get round, shoot him in the side, shoot him here, get an ammo rack, blow his turret off. Get round behind, shoot him in the turret. This is angled, so you want to shoot the flat area of the turret because it's actually less armour than shooting what you think would be a weak base. From the above, the armour is still pretty strong. You want to try and land arty shots here. Small target at the front, less chance. Try and get the rear deck. But this is one very, very good tank. So if you can learn to work ridges, get into the right place, fire, use the great accuracy of the gun to allow you to take your opponents to pieces. So let's get back and have a look at the tank in practice. Here is the beast. Basically, it's built around that fantastic gun on an okay chassis, but it's let down by the power to weight. And you need to learn how to use it, and I'm getting better. So this can allow you to put in a good crew. I'm using my mouse crew, so I'm up onto the third or fourth skill, and this is a good tank to do it in. So let's look at the deal. Is the tank itself and this worth it? Well, if you're grinding the German line, definitely it's a very, very neat tank. To get these enhancements, it's worth it. Plus the saving of 24%, 34.33. Yes, it's worth it. Down from £45, definite worth it without these additional items. The way I've got mine set up is, so I've gone for optics to maximise that view range, because if you can't see your enemy, you can't shoot them. It spots hidden and allows me to take them to pieces. So gone for the optics, vert stabs and gun rammer. So a rate of fire, 5 rounds per minute, reload time of 9.991 actual, and a view range of 482 metres. Basically, anyone sneaking up on you, you'll be able to see them, shoot them, kill them. That's it. And pen them with this fantastic 105mm, the L70. Very, very nice. So, as you can see, I'm raving about it, but it takes a bit of work to learn how to do this tank. It's not a newbie-friendly tank, and I played a lot of games as a newbie in it, and I sucked. So, if you're a newbie and you don't know what you're doing, like I didn't, you're going to suck as well. So don't get it if you're not very competent with heavy tanks. But if you're going up the German line, this is very good to have there to help to take the T-34s to pieces, to aim at their weak spots and rip them a new one. Use the very strong 120mm turret. Basically, yeah, the only weak spot is up here at the back, but it's so high, it's almost impossible to hit. If someone's good enough to hit it, then they deserve to. Let's have a look at the model. Let's have a look. Lowe, weak spot. If you can hit it, 130mm. Yeah, if you can shoot that, if you're a good enough player and the person playing this isn't good enough to hide it, then you deserve to shoot through it. You know what I mean? So yeah, the deal. Is it worth it? Well, yes, definitely. From Berlin with love, I say from Wargaming with love and thank you very much. Yeah, this is like money in the bank, but you need to know what you're doing with German heavy tanks. Get into position and take your opponents to pieces. I've got the crew to allow you to get somewhere, but you've got the option, with the low chance of this catching fire, of putting chocolate in. So get chocolate in there, which will then, yes, it'll cost you a bit, but you will make a fortune with this tank anyway. So get some chocolate in, and it'll help to negate the power to weight problems that you will have with this. But I've got such a good crew in this now. It's neither here nor there. You can put chocolate in, which will enhance the. I'll show you the ability. So let's put chocolate in, so you can have a look. Yeah. So 482 meters. Let's see how this affects. 504 meters and a reload time. It says 5 rounds per minute, but that would have just improved by an additional 10%. So your crew skills, you now go up to 120 for the commander, 132 for everyone else. Everything about this tank would have just gone, oh my goodness, super tank. So yeah, you can do it. You can then destroy your enemy, take them to pieces with a view range 504 meters, laughing all the way to the bank while your enemies die at a great range ahead of you. so far away that if they manage to hit you with your angle like that, the shots are going to bounce. So that's if they can even see you. So, yeah, it's a good tank, a very, very good sniper. And as you can see, I really like it. Right, let's get into this game. Vinny in the Vinny 1917 in the Lowe, with the Zemic 41 in the T54 Mod 1. So let's see how the Lowe can actually rock and roll. So let's speed this up a bit and have a look at what the Lowe can actually do. So it's a good looking tank, very, very neat looking tank. This is it being top tier. So we'll see what it can do. So there we are, up to coming up to 30 kph, turning, and goes back down to 20, 22, just under 20 kph. So manoeuvring quite nicely. A lot of the team pushing this way, a lot of heavy tanks, and we've got his colleague going the other way. So first he's pushing this way, getting into to position, following the IS-2 WZ-131, so scouting up ahead. So we've got a nice scout, we've got the Ferdy. What else do we have? Chaff, Tiger, T-37, Skoda, and the STRV with a Scorpion G in the centre, giving a nice bit of support. We've got a couple of medium tanks, the VK and the Panther, on the 9-0 line, with a Chaffee over there ready to assist. So he's moving up into a position. It's got a fantastic turret on this, and the hull is not bad at all. You angle it right, and you can do quite nicely. So there he is, moving into position. He thought the IS-2 was coming back, so he moved back. So he's moving over this way too, in a semi-hold down position, ready to try and get shot over on we've got the Oni, and shot over, starting firing at the Oni. So he's moving up, and that was before he was properly in position. So he's moving up, reloading. As you can see, it's not the fastest going uphill. Power to weight ratio is pretty bad, but he's already reloaded. So we'll see what he's aiming at. So he's trying to get the Oni, which is a tough tank, tier 7. There he is. Another penetrating hit. The gun on this, it doesn't reload the fastest, but it's got very good penetration on it. So he's checking around, looking over between the Carnarvon. He's thinking about having a shot at the Carnarvon, seeing what's available, then thinking about what's on the Oni. Another shot straight through the front of the Oni. Oh yeah. So he wants to try and finish off the Oni. So there he is. The Oni's pulling back, and he's looking over towards the hill. So just bide your time, look over, and he's basically hold down at this moment. A shot in, even though the tank had disappeared, to where he was last seen. So first kill. It's 3-all, and it's all going quite nicely. So three tier 6s have been killed on this team. Now he's trying to get a shot in on the Carnarvon, who's moving back. There he is. So that's the shot on the Carnarvon from here. He's dinking back and forth, just trying to keep the enemy guessing. Aiming in. Aim at the front plate. Boom, another 300 odd into the Carnarvon. So this is the second of the tier 8s that he's aimed for. And the points are racking up. So the Carnarvon, he's trying to get away. Now you can see the aiming there to try and get a tracking shot. Now through the front plate, the Carnarvon's trying to angle to bounce shots, but it's not working. That looked like it went through the lower part of the front plate. Now the Carnarvon's trying to pull back. He's trying to angle, trying to manoeuvre, and you can see the aiming around at the tracks and the drive wheels in through the side. Second kill. It's now 5-4. So just wait, bide your time, get ready, because it's so punchy. He's just using standard ammo at the moment. Really, really neat. Now we've got the WZ pushing up ahead. The other flank has just gone. The last tank has just been killed on the other flank. And he's moving up. So let's see what he does. So no one's even fired at him yet. So he's trying to watch what's happening. Up ahead there's the OI. So he's just got a long range shot on the OI. And pulling back. Slow reload. So we've got the KV pushing up. We've got the T-32. We've got the OI. All in this area. He's half reload. But he's actually using the WZ for to protect his side. Which isn't the nicest of things to do, but it works well being in a Lowe. He's bounced a shot. Let's see where the shot bounced. Along the side of the mantlet. The turret on this is absolutely fantastic, as we know from looking at the armour. So let's get back and carry on looking at where he's aiming and what he's trying to do. So he's half reloaded. Let's speed this back up. He's moving back into position. More bounces. Boom, and now he's been ammo racked. The reload's going to be even slower. So where was he hit? That was on the front plate, just by the light, the shrouded light. So it's looking good, but he's lost his ammo rack. Now what's he going to do? Another shot from the KV-85. What's coming in? Everyone is trying to shoot him. That's up on the gun mantle at the top near the roof. The 85 must have been going for the commander's viewport. So let's keep it ticking over. He's just repaired the ammo rack. It's 5-6. They're losing. The T-150's just moving in, and he's trying to shot. There he is. Boom. So that's just taken down the other tank there. So see what we've got. So the 150 is coming back. He's just missed the 150. WZ, they're bouncing shots here, but we've got the other team which is pushing down towards the base. He's going for there it is, Commander's cupola on the 85, but this could basically penetrate anything on the KV-85 without even having to go for weak spots. But it shows his anticipation, and just in case he's going for the weak spots, as well as knowing that he's going to penetrate 90% of the time anyway. He's now going for almost a tracking shot on the T-150 to guarantee going in. And that's, you see the dirt, that was just a missed shot by the KV-85. It's now 7-7. So he's pushing in, almost reloaded. And he's thinking about a long-range shot on the, another long-range shot on the OI. Almost a snapshot. Move forward, snap it, and then back. The accuracy is so good on this gun. You can see all the shots that are being bounced. Still, ouch, what was that? OI shot, that would have been a HE shot, which has hit the front, taken his tracks off. So the OI has fired a HE shot, which hasn't penetrated, but has done a lot of damage to the track area, and taken off several hundred points of damage, of health. So it's 7-7. So he's trying to get another shot in, moving round. He's watching what's there. T-32 could be the next target. KV-85. So he's going for the cupola again. It's good practice to get into that, because if you're looking at like a KV-4, something like that, very, very tough, that you want to have the weak spots. So if you keep practicing with going for weak spots anyway, with even weaker targets, you can do quite well. So he's now pushing the light tank forward to better use it as a screen for his frontal armour, to be able to go. I personally would have been pushing that forward to cover my lower plate at this point, but he's doing well enough. He doesn't need that sort of thing that I would do. So he's moving up. The KV-85 is trying to get away. Boom! Headshots. So yeah, I would have pushed the light tank up and used it for cover, but he actually doesn't need it. He's in a position where they weren't pushing on him, and he's not in danger. So he's got the T-34 up there. He tries to get a cheek shot, misses. So the other teammates are pushing in. Scorpion G, 30, T-34, the 37 and the IS-2 are covering the centre, while their tanks are pushing up. So you can see it's slowing up here, 13, 15, 16 kph. Now he's over the brow and you're up to 25, coming up to 30 kph. Boom. Very, very nice. And next target, so looking through, trying to go for another cupola shot, going for the weak spots, and there's a 32, just gone as well. That's up to 6 kills in this Lowe. So now he's going back. There's the MT. So let's pause, let's see what's left on the opposing team. So you've got a Panther, Panther 2, T-34 3, the Challenger, and the MT-25. So 3 not bad at all Tier 8 medium tanks. The Challenger is Tier 7 and the MT is a Tier 6 light. So a good combination, and this team's not out of the woods, especially with the Challenger, who's got 6 kills. 6 kills! So it's a very even game. So let's keep looking, keep it moving forward. So this, he's now turned around, he realises the problem near the base. The IS-2 is going back, and he's decided that rather than pushing on with the other guys coming in behind, that he's going to go to try and stop the enemy. So you've got the Scorpion G going in. The IS-2 is covering that way. He's checking the centre. His view range is very, very good. So he thinks he's been spotted. And shot in on the Panther 2. That was almost a snapshot as he saw him there, turned, and boom, it was gone. Even before I'd noticed, and it was gone. And now he's waiting to try and get the second shot. He's moving up and trying to get a shot in and put pressure on this Panther 2. So he's looking both ways. He's trying to make sure that he's angling properly, make sure he's not going to be flanked. Moving up, he's been spotted. The 34 has pulled back, so he's probably thinking at this point, okay, I can push forward and put pressure on that Panther. The 2 of those are over the hill, so the Panther has basically isolated himself with the other 2 caught in the middle. So he's thinking, okay, I can push forward and try and get shots in. So he's moving up, watching what's happening, checking the centre just in case. So he's coming up here to be able to cover more angles and to be able to cut off the escape and stopping the Panther from catching back up with his teammates. He's not going where the enemy would expect him. He's coming in the centre and he's quartering the map. It's now 13-13. It's really, really tight. So at this point, we've got the T-34 and him. T-34 with 1 kill. And he knows he's up against the 2 of them. So we've got the Panther and the Challenger. So between them, 7 on the opposing team and 7 for these 2. So now he's actually writing and asking for assistance. But he's asking so he's asking for him to come to him to actually aid him, and so they can work together. But I think he actually wants the T-34 to move up to try and find where the Challenger is. But now he's on his own. This is what you can do with the Lowe on its own. The Challenger in the centre has got 8 kills. The Panther is over to his flank. He thinks the Challenger's over here, so he's moving up slowly, hugging the corner to make himself less of a target, and is trying to get shots or proxy spot if the Challenger's over. And now he's stuck in the middle. The enemy could be absolutely anywhere by now. The Lowe doesn't have good mobility, but it's got very good view range, very good gun, and a very, very good turret. The hull is a bit weak, so he's just trying to watch what's, there he is. Okay, so he's wondering he's waiting for them to appear. He's trying to angle, so if their shots come in, he can block it. He's trying to cover the angles. He's not where they last saw him, so he's waiting for them. He's now been found. Well, timer 2 minutes. They need to come to him, or else they need to cap. So from here, he could move to get shots in on the cap. If they have to kill him to win, they have to come towards him, or else they've got a cap. So if they start capping, he'll know exactly where they are. So he's checking to see if they're working their way around behind them. He's not knocking any trees over. 1 minute to go. He's been spotted. And suddenly, The Challenger's got a shot in. And now the Panther. One shot in and 65 health left. 63 health left, I mean. 2 tanks against the Lowe. He's about a 3 shot. Roughly 3 shots. He's watching. And boom, he's just taken out the Panther too. So it's him alone against the Challenger. The Challenger's got the mobility. He's a 1 shot on 245 health. Whereas the Lowe is on 2 health. 2 shots worth of health. And as he's got the overall health to be able to weather it. He's pulling back to try and widen the arc and to give him... Oh, and it's a draw. And that's the end of the game. So let's have a look at those post-game stats. Absolutely, yeah, fantastic game from Vinny 1917 from AF. Now, Mastery, Bruiser, a couple of other awards. High Caliber, Tank Sniper, and Top Gun. So, you know, it's an absolute blitzer of a game. So, what did he actually do? So let's have a look at the team scores. So, 6,500 damage, 11,044 experience. Very, very nice. So what you need to do, even though it wasn't a win, still got this amount of experience on a non-doubled, a non-win. So 25 shots, 23 hit, and 23 pen. So the penetration of the gun is absolutely fantastic. The accuracy is very, very good, but it's a slow rate of fire. But even with that, you see 6,500 points of damage. Hello? Yeah, and the armour, the turret is brilliant. The hull is a little bit weak, and the mobility can be an issue. And it's big, but you can still hide, you can still do things. So let's have a look at the pros and cons. Blocked by the armour, 1,500 points of damage, 6,500 points of damage, 2.5 which is from more than 300 metres, really accurate. Came away with 166,000 points of credit, plus a bonus, and then after the supply of the ammunition, come away with almost 150,000 credits, 147,000 credits. You're looking experience of non-standard, with non-premium account of 1,100, 1,700 experience with premium, plus a bonus, plus the achievements, plus for playing in a platoon, so that was quite nice, but ignore that. You're still looking 2,800 experience without the platoon bonus, but being in a platoon, that's an additional nice bonus as well. Team score. Between them, Platoon 3, his platoon mates had 2,340 points of damage as well in the first prototype over on the other wing. 1 kill, but 2,340. You know, second on damage on his team. So the two of them are right up there. Absolutely fantastic, you know. Really, but the Lowe in this is what you're looking at. So, is this a good tank? Yeah, just bide your time. Play consistently. Use the turret, try and get into a hold down position, and use your brain to stop your enemy sneaking up on you. Use the terrain features and have the help from your allies to allow you to use the fantastic view range, the amazing gun, the great turret, to get around the issues of the slightly weaker hull and relatively bad mobility. And that's how you can turn this into a complete beast. So, looking at the tank, is it worth the €39.69 or €43.95 or $54.79? Is it worth this amount? Yes, definitely. It's a really good vehicle, and it's fantastic for training your crews up with. Coming away with scores like this, it just takes a good crew and a bit of knowledge about how to play it. You find a lot of new players hopping into it, thinking it's going to be wonderful, but they haven't got the experience to play it well. And this shows that Vinny 1917 has, oh my god, definitely got the skills, and by following his way, you can do amazingly in this tank. So thank you, Vinny 1917, for sending this replay in, and absolutely wonderful. So guys, I recommend the Lowe to good players. It's not a noob-friendly tank, but it is a very good tank. So that's me, Gaming Bear, signing off, and see you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye. Just a little bit extra. Right, the AMX M4 MLE 49 Liberté is out. I'll just show you the package options. So let's have a look. What we've got the option of. The one I'm going to go for is this version, which is the standard one for 37.16 or 42 euros 39. And the other options which are available, you can get the tank with a number of items. It's a huge package. £109 is the original price. So 20% off. You get 16,625 gold. Mission bonus, personal reserves, tank gun ram, a gun lane drive, vert stabs, all the repair kits. 87.66. Is it a good deal? It's a great tank. All of these, if you need all of these, the additional bonuses, basically, you will need these items for the tank. I've already got them, so which is why I'm not going to get them. But if you can afford it, this is a really good package. They're actually coming out with some really good packages recently. Then you've got the ultimate package. So on this, you've got 6,000 gold and the tank, plus the reserves and the mission experience for £52.59 or €59.99. 10% off, so 10% saving. And it's the Liberté tank. But the one I'm personally going for, as I've got the equipment and already done the review, is this one for 37.16. So or 42 euros 39. So I'm going to link through to the review that I've already done of this tank. So that will be linked at the end of this video. Now let's look at the changes which are upcoming on the Lowe. Right, let's have a look. So the Lowe is getting a buff, but also the FV4202, the STA2, the M4 Revolution or the Revelrise, the Panther M4, the WZ111, they're all getting buffs. But the Lowe, as we're looking for in this case, the gun depression is going from 8 degrees to 10 degrees, which will be very, very useful. The total armor is improving. Very, very nice, like it needs it on the turret. And the side armour is at the bottom is increasing to 100mm from 80mm, which will be a nice improvement. So this is the addition that's happened with the Lowe. Right, so these are the new changes which are upcoming. So from the front, basically the turret is invulnerable. Under here is the only weak spot, 120mm of armour. The only vulnerable spot on the front of the turret is this area here. Everything else is just beastly. Now the side, like I was talking about, this side area, it used to be 80mm when that review was done. It's now up to 100mm. Underneath, you're still looking, by the tracks, you're still looking 80mm of armour, which is effectively 162mm, but it's able to be penetrated. But you've got the tracks to contend with, so it's a thin strip underneath, which is still 80mm, very difficult target. But the side of this is now 80mm, from 80mm up to 100mm, which is just absolutely, well, epic, you know. So that's the change with the Lowe. The rear is the same, 80mm, angled and sloped. It can pull off some amazing bounces. So yeah, this is the new version of the Lowe. This is how the model now looks. It looks identical, but the armor changes are very, very nice indeed. And the cupola is still that weak area, but difficult to hit target. So those are the changes on the the gun depression. The gun depression has changed. So let's show you the gun depression. So if you're aiming over the side, down a hill, let's look at the armor. The front plate 240mm, so 32% chance of penetrating itself with its own gun. If you catch this side of it, only just about a 20% chance of penetrating. The sides, 50 or 60% chance. So if you angle a little bit more, you're looking at auto bounce, 250mm and getting worse. The sides, basically, it's invulnerable with the tracks. This front plate is at this sort of an angle, firing. So the best place is to aim over over this part of the tracks. Aim over here, over this corner, and you will have the best protection. And even against your own gun, you will only have a 42% chance of penetrating at the weakest area. Going to this area where you've got a 24-25% chance of penetrating. So this is a significant buff on the Lowe. So that's very, very nice. It'll make it even better. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So thank you guys, and see you on the next one. But yes, I will be reviewing all of these tanks with the upcoming buffs. So look out for those reviews, and see you soon. Cheers guys, bye.